Hey y'all, so I am back again today. I'm finally feeling good enough to make a video. I've had kind of a headache just about all day. So today we are going to talk a little bit about super easy bread to make at home. I've been really inspired by that. I'm also, as of 2 days ago, decided to get kind of serious again about going back gluten-free, because I just felt so much better when I was gluten-free, and Ember needs to be gluten-free, and so I'm going to be moving in that direction, and so all of the bread that I'm going to be making will be gluten-free. And today we are doing some gluten-free naan, and this is inspired, a lot of my stuff's going to be inspired by Facebook. This is inspired by Facebook because I saw this post and it was like, there's a bread shortage. This is what my mom used to do for bread. And then this woman was like, it's like it took a pandemic to for white people to know what naan was. And I just thought it was so funny. I eat naan all the time. I eat breads that are very similar to naan. And so I really enjoy that kind of bread. So it's a really easy recipe, and I'm going to make it at home because tonight we are ordering Toka Grill. Because I cannot cook tonight. I have had such a headache all day, so that's what we're getting for dinner. And I wanted to share this recipe with you guys. It's super easy. It's basically flour, water, baking powder, salt, and oil. It's really important that your water is only lukewarm. If you live in Lake Charles, a part of Lake Charles right now is under a boil advisory, so just be aware of that if you decide to make this recipe. So basically, and again, I'm using my gluten-free flour, but I use the King Author most of the time, and so it's like equal ratio. It's 2 cups of flour, 1 cup to 1 1/4 cup is what the recipe calls for, of lukewarm water, and then it's going to get a whole tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of the oil of your choice. I use vegetable oil because I felt like olive oil would be too heavy, considering that I am frying this on my griddle. You know, I say frying, it's just like, it's got the please don't burn me oil on the griddle. And that's what I'm doing right now. So basically, you just get all of your ingredients in your bowl and you mix it up. I found that mine was tacky but not sticky. I added a step, so it doesn't really give you steps in the the original post, but I figured it was similar to making a tortilla. So after I had my dough made, I rolled them into very similarly sized balls, and I put them on an oiled plate to rest. And I let them rest for about 5 minutes before I started them, because some will be resting longer than others because I am pan frying them, or I guess griddle topping them to cook them. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to bake them, but I know with tortillas you cook them in a skillet or on a fry top. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera. So this is them. My pan top is looking crazy right now because of all of the non-stick spray. This is their first turn. I'm going to be making them pretty brown just because I like brown naan. This does not look like the naan that I buy in stores yet. It looks like it's got one singular freckle, because I was like, well, naan has freckles, but it could just be because it hasn't been cooked long enough. I'm not sure how much of the color difference is because of the gluten-free flour, or maybe even the kind of oil that I use. I use vegetable oil, and the recipe said that it could be oil or shortening or anything. Let me look at this one. Okay, so that one's got a little bit more of a tinge of color, so I'm going to go ahead and just turn it back over. I'm trying not to flip them too much Because if they're anything like pancakes, you don't really want to keep flipping a pancake, because if you keep flipping your pancakes, it's going to make them flat. Another thing that people don't seem to know, whenever you make pancakes, if you make it from scratch or even a box mix, you're not supposed to like beat the mix until all of the lumps are out. You're supposed to leave some of your lumps in there because that helps it rise. And so you lay them down and you like cook it almost all the way through, or all the way through on one side, and then you flip it and you leave it, because otherwise your pancakes are gonna like fall, right? Anyway, this is so far what they've come to. I am gonna probably post a picture or make a follow-up video about what they came out like.